Can everybody hear me? Y'all on mute. I've been
Yes, we
looking
can
at
hear
it.
you.
Kathy, can you hear me?
We can hear you online.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yes, I can hear.
Okay. Good morning. Happy New Year to everybody. This is our first quarterly meeting of the new year. And I'd like to call the meeting into order, but prior to that, we need to have a moment of silence over the passing of the ODI director, Brother Matt. So could we have a moment of silence? Okay, thank you. Would anyone like to share any words of encouragement over his passing? You have a minute apiece before we call the meeting to order.
I apologize, Robin. I didn't hear who you said it passed on. I didn't hear that.
Matt McCullough, ODR.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We were notified on the 12th. We actually don't really know the exact date or circumstances or the follow-up funeral information yet.
Wow, I definitely didn't know that. Matt was always a great person to work with. Just,
Yeah.
And he was everywhere. Every time an event or something, he was always there. We're going to miss Matt. I'm going to miss Matt. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. I met him at my first summit at the Kellogg's building going with Heidi when I first got with the DC Center for Independent Living. And every time wherever I was at an event, he would make sure he came and spoke to me. He remembered my name. I couldn't get over it. It was amazing. And I spoke to him at the ADA anniversary when we walked over from the nickel in July. He had a moment. He congratulated me for becoming the chair of DC Statewide Independent Living Council. And he found out we became ambassadors for some of us former facilitators at the SILC. Hardworking young man. Everywhere. Accountable. Faithful.
Dedication, compassionate, advocating for people with disabilities. He was a pioneer. He contributed really significantly for the disability. And thank you, President Obama, for appointing him.
Yeah,
Because we deserve him, 1000%.
Donis, do you have something to share?
No, I just knew him before he was appointed. I've known him since really basic. He graduated from Beacon College. So.
In Florida, South Florida, in Boca Raton.
Right. So
Wow.
he was always a really great advocate for people with disabilities.
And Beacon College is specifically for individuals with disabilities.
Yeah.
Learning disabilities.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you everyone for sharing. I call the quarterly meeting for January 15, 2025 to order. My name is Robin D. Mendes New. I'm the chair of the DC SILC. I will introduce a special guest, our RSA deputy, Dr. Shannon Austin. She started the fiscal year in this position, and she'll have a moment to speak to her roll call. Okay, thank you. Okay, roll call. Can we start with those that are at the SIL and at the, I believe, Kathy, you're at the library? Roll call.
The Kenya Ford here at the sale.
Thank you. Kathy,
I can't hear you for some reason. But yeah, I'm here. Kathy Fleming is here.
can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. This just sounding muffled. It's like it's going in and out. Maybe my connection is not good. But yeah, just go ahead and move on because I'm trying to fix this problem.
Can you hear me good now?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Okay, cause I moved the speaker. Okay, Edward,
Hi, I'm Edward Dana. I'm a disability rights advocate and I work for the Department on Disability Services.
Me,
yes, Chinese.
Darnice Henry Bush, Executive Director, SILC. And even though we introduced Dr. Austin as a special guest, we're gonna introduce her at every meeting so that you can remember her name as well as you remember ours, because she works hand in hand with Damon to make sure the SILC becomes compliant on the DSE side.
Okay, thank you. Good morning, I'm Robin Mendes Newell, the chair. I reside in Ward 2, and I'm glad to be here, and hopefully we succeed in moving forward with our goals to get this bill approved and to hopefully get our 501c before the end of this year. Brittany?
Hi, everyone. My name is Brittany Tarper. I'm the project manager here at DDS RSA. I'm so excited to be here for the first SILC meeting of the new year.
Thank you, Seamus.
Good morning, I'm Dr. Damon Johnson. I am the state liaison for the SILC.
Thank you. Good morning, Dr. Shannon.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Dr. Shannon Austin. A pleasure to be in the room with everyone and looking forward to all the work we're going to be doing together. So I'm really excited.
And
hello, thank you,
I'm
Kim.
Kim Beverly, a member of SILC.
Okay, thank you. Reviewing over the agenda, call to order, Robin Mendes New introduction of special guests, roll call, review of the agenda, reviewing the minutes of the quarterly meeting of November 20th, 2025, chair summary report, item 7, executive summary report, item 8, recruitment update by Brittany Tarver, 9 is old business, 10 is new business, 11 is announcements, and 12 is an adjournment by Robin D. Mendes Newell. Okay, I will give you now the summary of our meeting of November 20th, 2025. Well, because of the recent government shutdown lasting for 45 days, it affected the lives of the U.S. and the District of Columbia, especially seniors, disabled, veterans, and food pantries. Now there is a co-payment for medication, and the hours have been reduced for visiting nurses and PCAs. Once Congress comes back into session, will there be another shutdown, or will it, and then will they approve it of the budget and move it on to the Senate? For my updates, working on the spill and the PPI, they should both be sent out before the end of this month. Upon the approval of the spill, our funds should soon be released, which will enable us to order our business cards. Reformatting of the brochures needs to be done before we can have them printed. Is there any comments or questions at this time? And if you have any, please limit it to at least 2 minutes. If not, we can go on to the executive director summary.
I mean, you did the minutes, you did. So you did the minutes.
Yeah, I did the minutes. Oh, wait,
You didn't
can
do
we?
your summary?
I just read it.
Oh, that was your summary? I thought that was the minutes.
That was the minutes. Oh, my summary, I'm sorry. Wait, first can we, accept the minutes for record? Jumping.
Wait a minute, so what did we listen to? Because we confused, because you said you did your report and the summary.
This was the minutes. I just read the minutes for November 20th.
Okay.
She read the minutes and then she meant to do her summary.
And
Right?
what I gotta go to my summary.
I recommend that we approve the minutes, but they be on file for review, because we don't have a hard copy yet. But you will receive a hard copy soon via email. So can we vote for that motion?
I second.
I second it.
Okay, moving along, now your summary report.
Okay. Where is my minutes? Hold on, I gotta find it. Oh, here we go. I didn't read the minutes, that was a summary. Wait a minute, I read my summary before the minutes, I'm sorry, you guys.
Oh, we confused now.
Yeah, we are, okay,
So
so
can
this
you-
this is what happened on November 20th. I called to order at 12.
Well, we already made a motion to
To
accept the minutes and to put them on, to have them on file for review, and that people will be receiving them by email.
Because I did send the minutes to.
So I guess you don't have to read them over.
Oh, okay.
But in your chair summary, so you did the summary already.
Yeah, I did the summary before the minutes, I'm sorry,
Okay, this is Darnice. I'll do my summary.
I'm sorry.
First of all, I need to correct that, the PPR is not finalized. The SILC was given an extension to submit theirs January the 31st, by January 31st. And, we will be working on that today to try to get that out. And I should say who we are. We is Darnice, Damon, and Robin, and Dr. Austin. We will be working on that, and we will also be working on the spill. The importance of the spill is that even though we've been given until May, the end of May, to submit the spill, we cannot function without any money, and we can't get any money or approval until the spill is actually approved. So we're also working on that, and hopefully by next week, we will resubmit the spill, and hopefully it'll be approved. If anybody has any questions or submissions or any recommendations, please get with either me, Robin, Damon, or Dr. Austin. The other thing is that we are still in the period of organizing the SILC. We only have 10 members because we lost George. It was up to 11. We had 11 voting members. There are a couple of more members, but they don't vote. So we've been trying to change the number of members needed through changing our bylaws. But our bylaws are still not complete. And we have not been friends to MOTA because MOTA has not let us know, even from our 4 months ago open house, whether or not the people that we submitted, which was about 5 different names, 5 different new numbers, whether they've been approved, vetted, or anything. So we're really working on that. And because we're having such a hard time with membership, ACL has let us know that they're not going to hold us responsible for not having a true number of members as a holdup for completing the spiel. So that's why it's very important that we hurry up and submit this by the spiel, revised spiel, by next week in case they change their minds. The other thing is that ACL has been working with us. We had a meeting about training needs on December the 4th. And we met Jeremy Morris and
Paula.
Paula.
Of IL.
Yeah, Paula. I forgot Paula's last name or something. I forgot her last name. But anyway, they are working hand in hand with us. And we had recently had a training on what was it, Tuesday?
Tuesday with Jeremy.
And yeah, and he expanded on the roles and responsibilities of the SILC members, officers, the DSC, and the center, and how important the spiel is. And he made a good recommendation that we will follow up on, and that is to take different paragraphs from the role and responsibility manual and or policy manual that IT, what is it, IT and ITA had, to help us organize our own policy statements and to help us organize the spiel for full compliance so that we can move ahead. So the recommendation was that at each meeting, I don't know what it is. At each meeting, the recommendation was that at each meeting, we go over part of the roles and responsibilities until we become very familiar with that. And the second recommendation was that in terms of motor, that we have a package made up, that our executive officers come up with a package that lets them know, that lets motor, the mayor's office on, what is it? I keep forgetting these acronyms. The mayor's office on talent and appointments know how urgent it is for us to have members that are fully sanctioned and approved and sworn in. And so we plan to work on that, and hopefully by our next quarterly meeting, we will have that, we will have completed that, and you can, so, for members to review along with the bylaws or on the revised bylaws. And then we will also know exactly how many members we will actually need. Because as I said, this week or next week, we should be finished with the PPR and the spiel, hopefully, and can move on with other things. I'm trying to think if I have anything else to say. The only other thing is that Brittany, Miss Tyler, was two things. Miss Tyler has been calling constantly the mayor's office of talent and appointments, and she has not been getting any response about our members that are pending. So it's very difficult to work with 10 members, 10 voting members. So I want you to keep that in mind. And when we do have members, I appreciate everybody's loyalty and their devotion to volunteerism. Because I really do. I know y'all don't think I do, but I really do. And it doesn't seem like we're making much progress, but we are making progress. So you really are appreciated. Okay.
It doesn't seem much good.
I'm busy.
And we had said that we wanted to have a consumer forum and youth summit by February. But as I said, we sort of dragging along a little bit. So we will start planning that in March. And
March.
yeah, we'll start planning that in March, and hopefully some of these pending things will have been resolved, because we can't plan with no money. And we can't plan with no members, so all of that. What else did I want to say? And after that, we will also start investigating the 501c3. But something that's urgent, and I hope that the members help us resolve it, is as soon as we get the money, we want to be able to set up our website. So if people know of a vendor that's really good and it's reasonable, just keep your ears open or whatever, because without money and without our own exclusive communication, we're doomed to failure, and we don't want to fail. At least I don't. So I'm counting on you. So, and basically, that's pretty much it. And if anybody has any questions, and if you want to remind me of anything I forgot, now's the time.
The one thing that I did remember from November was that Mr. Sims suggested that we utilize the ambassadors from the SILC to aid to the recruitment for new membership into the SILC. So we did get the copies of the flyer that was edited by Brittany Stuckey to take out the date of what the open house was, so that when we go out there, we would be prepared. But Kenya had agreed with Mr. Sims that we needed to be trained before we step into that venue of going out and representing also the SILC, because right now the ambassadors, as myself and Kim are two of them, we have two others, and we have been recruiting for consumers for the SILC. So we're just waiting to arrange the date for training for us to be able to know how to go out there to also dual task at that time when we go out for our outreach.
And I would like to say, this is Kim Bellamy.
Speak there.
Okay.
The speaker. That's the speaker.
Okay, I got it. I see the speaker, but I thought they
We
could hear.
we can't hear her well. We can hear you well. Okay.
Thank you. I know we talk about motor. I have two people that I'm trying to get to the SILC so they become a member, and that is, they want to do it, but it's like pulling teeth.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm gonna try next week and get with Kenya. If I can get them to come, they have appointments, but they are interested.
Yeah. Because we're losing people, because people are interested and they put their applications in, but their applications aren't going anywhere. They don't hear anything from MOTA, and they lose interest. It's very hard to get volunteers and maintain volunteers. So once again, thank you for your devotion.
Yeah, because two of my invites that did go through the process and did everything, I don't know if they're the two are waiting to be sworn in.
Right. I'm trying to get them to that.
And I speak with them both frequently, at least 4 to 5 times within the month. And today, Angela Winehurst wasn't able to come in as a community concerned person of a resident with a disability to come in, because she's a part of other committees and advocacy groups. So that's why she wasn't. Usually she's on, because she had asked if I had heard anything, and I said, that Brittany Tava will let us know when she hears from Mona, from Mr. Jackson.
I know, and Ms. Tyler has devoted a lot of time to,
But he
trying
did
to-
say, just so you guys are aware that this is a lengthy process. With the shutdown, all of these things
Yeah.
did not help. And then also, he wants to make sure that even though the application is in, he reaches out to each individual as well. And sometimes just with scheduling as well, if he calls and then that person doesn't answer, that, if there's any type of phone tag aspect to it, which happens, people have a lot of appointments, and just are living busy lives. So just know that, he hasn't forgotten about the process and that hopefully we'll hear more updates soon. And then again, if you have people who are interested in joining the SILC, I'm happy to help them with the application. I know the application potentially could be a barrier, so feel free to have them, just tell me and I can reach out to them and we can coordinate.
Okay.
So just please let me know, I'm happy to help.
I did, but
But it
I'm going for it.
will be a lengthy process.
Mhm.
I did.
Yeah, cause they did ask to have a resume
No.
attached.
And I can help with that.
Okay, cause that was one, cause I have a couple residents in my building that have become new consumers as of last year. And they're trying to work on their resume with the social workers. So I'll talk with them this weekend because we have a lot of events coming up for Saturday.
And I think that when we do our package to let them know, to let Mona know that the SILC is concerned, that the application process is too lengthy. And it's almost like you're applying for a job. And that's not, we're not asking for super specialized consumers. It's not like they gonna pay them. So we need to include that in our packaging. Like I said, the executive committee will work on a letter or something to show just how important it is that our members be vetted and timely sworn in.
Okay.
Does anybody else have any comments or announcements or anything they want to say?
Because Brittany just shared her recruitment update for item number 8 on the agenda.
Oh, yeah, I have something. I quality
Your
trust.
name, say your name.
This is
Say your
Edward Dana, I'm also a member of Project Action. I managed to, speak to Tiffany, Phyllis and Sean about addressing, memberships for DC Center for Independent Living. So we're gonna put that in the agenda for our next meeting. And, Project Action is also gonna collaborate with DC Department of Independent Living to help them fulfill their memberships.
Are you also including statewide independent living center? Is that what you meant to say?
Oh, yes, that's what I meant to say.
Okay, thank you.
So are there any comments? Because if not, this will be a short meeting.
Review.
Or even with your comments. Because we need to end.
Okay, so I just got a couple updates. As you guys know, in the district, we are.
You didn't say who you were, so the people. on the phone
Hello,
don't-
I'm Dr. Shannon Austin. So I got I'm looking at myself and I didn't realize the thing was so sparkly.
You look nice.
Yeah.
So pleasure to be on the call. I just wanted to give you guys a couple updates. As you guys know, in the district, we as an agency, DDS, and then part of that, DA and RSA, who I'm a part of, we're part of that process, but we're preparing for the budget hearings. So we've spent a lot of time as a team internally to kind of prepare for that, to answer a lot of questions. So we've been doing that behind the scenes to address a lot of the questions that have come up. So we've been doing that. Then We just recently, the Randolph Shepherd program recently elected their vendor committee. We had our elections for that. And then next month, we're gonna be swearing those folks in, so hopefully I'll give you an update and give you the names by then, for the committee. But we're excited that we're gonna have a new group of folks. Some, folks from the other committee are kind of coming over with this new committee. But we're excited for the new committee that's coming on board and looking forward to working with them. We've been working very vigorously with Inform, our case management system, to make a lot of like little glitches in the system. We're hoping that they're gonna come out here real soon to do another training with our staff, and we just recently had a rollout of enhancements that we're gonna be walking through with our staff. But everything is starting to get unstuck and fixed. And we're working through that process with a small team of folks. And then you'll hear from Brittany, one of the folks that's gonna take the lead with that, which is very much needed as part of that process, but excited about that. We have, on Friday, we have a open house here, meet the new RSA director. So in partnership with the ADA Mid-Atlantic, we're just gonna have like a small community employer roundtable with them, just to introduce them to me and some of the priorities that we're thinking about from RSA standpoint, and then begin to do an open discussion on how we can create and enhance some of the partnerships we have, because we're ever present in a lot of locations. We're gonna just really try to build and, enhance and try to grow out areas that we know, according to our CSNA, which is our Community Needs State Assessment, to really make sure that we're connecting with groups or populations that really we can do better at serving in the district. So we're hoping that that engagement on Friday with the providers and employers, that we can have a good conversation on partnership. And then the last thing is we have the VR TAC, which is the Vocational Rehabilitation Technical Assistance Center for Quality Management. They are coming out to meet with about 20 of our staff to look at doing a vocational rehab wellness assessment. And basically it is like an extended long survey, and looking at our organizational structure, how we work our cases from beginning to end. They help with policy development, best practices. So we're bringing them in to do the assessment, and our hopes is to get into agreement with them, cooperative agreement, so that we can have some of those different services where they can give technical support to RSA in our VR program. So we're real excited at them coming in for us to assess us, so we can have a baseline and then see where we can improve and build out capacity for the agency and our staff, so that we can offer a very strong customer service and just continue to improve and give the I think Reggie says a flagship customer service.
Mhm.
So we're just real excited for them to partner with them and go down that road. And that's all I have for my update.
And I have one update. So,
Who are you?
oh,
Who are you?
my name is Dr. Damon Johnson. And Takia, you guys remember Takia, who worked with us with the annual consumer forum, is taking on a new position here at RSA
Oh,
as the program manager for transition. So she
yeah.
Congratulations.
she probably will or will not be able to assist, but we'll find somebody to help with the transition piece when they get to that point. But I want to let everybody know now, because she's starting soon, I do believe, in her new position.
So what's her position?
Program manager for transition,
And what's her name again?
Takia
Takia.
Milburn,
Can you spell that?
TIAKIA K-E-Y-E-Y-A,
TIK.
Milburn, M-I-L,
MILBURN.
right,
BURN.
yeah, correct.
Okay.
Does anyone else have comments? Anybody from the center want to say anything? What's going on with them? The Kenya or?
Yes.
Anybody?
Hi, Darnese. Hi, everyone. I wanted to mention the one of the activities that we're planning for with the DC SIL, and hopefully the SILC can be involved. The center is one of the organizations, part of the volunteer organization Active in Disaster, VOAD for short, coalition, and we are the only organization in the coalition that helps people with disabilities. So they actually, Ben, who's the director, sought us out and wanted to make sure that people with disabilities know about disaster preparedness in the district. So I had this great idea about getting putting awareness out there for people with disabilities about the plan for the city if a disaster or when a disaster hits, and how that affects people with disabilities, what they should know, because I was thinking, if I don't know all this stuff was going on in DC and I don't even live in DC, I'm pretty sure people with disabilities that live in DC don't know the DC's plan. So he is actually, we're partnering with not only the DC SIL and VOAD as an organization, but other government agency like HCMA to bring on, we're calling it Nothing Without Us About Us Disaster Preparedness Symposium, will be in July. So we have a somewhat of a working agenda. We're starting, he's getting people in the government agency to talk about the wider plan for DC, all the way down to how an individual themselves as a person with a disability can plan, including the considerations of a disaster kits. So I'm super excited for this. We did like mini emergency preparedness with Francis, who's with the Serve DC, a couple of them last year. So I'm really excited for this bigger opportunity for people in the district with disabilities that can know exactly the district's plan, how they can get involved in getting more information on in the community, but also on an individual level. So I'm hoping that with this type of education slash advocacy, that the SILC can be involved in the work, and I'm pretty sure we're going to need some help at the symposium. We're thinking about right now having it at the Housing Finance, but we're not sure yet. It will be from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. in July on a to be determined date. Hopefully I will meet with Ben this afternoon to solidify some other things. So I'm super excited about that, what's going on with the SIL and VOAD and other district government agencies. So
That sounds great.
thanks.
We'll be happy to volunteer some more, yeah.
Yes, we will. I'll be there.
Yeah, and help you work on it.
Thank you. Oh, one other thing. I'm sorry. Also, the DC SIL is connecting with I forget their name, but it's the Cerebral Palsy Research Organization. And so they're partnering with it's a lot of these little alphabet acronyms. I can't tell you, but I can email it when I get it. But to do a free wellness course, it will be a 8-week course talking about wellness, exercise, mindfulness. So we're getting all the logistics together with that and setting up a start date with those courses. She told me that my contact, Esme, she told me that people with physical disabilities and cerebral palsy can participate in the free course. And so I already have the electronic version of the flyer, so I can actually send that out to Robin and Darnese, and she's actually mailing in physical flyers to distribute out to the community to so we can get some folks to enroll in the course. So I'm really excited about that too. So that can be pulled out as well, and I can send that to you guys too. Thank y'all so much for your time.
So, LaKenya, for the cerebral palsy thing, is it virtually? Can it be virtually too? Can they
Yes,
participate?
the classes are only virtual.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So what I was thinking, because I had a conversation with her Monday, and I was telling her, like, I told her some of our consumers, they might not be so tech savvy. So we're actually trying to make arrangements to where we can host the class for those, it's like 5 hours a week. And so I was thinking about doing a schedule to where they can come to the center and do the class in the conference room for that 8-week period. For those who, you know, aren't able to log in or have the internet capacity to do the class. So we'll actually get a schedule, a time that fits the DC SIL for the consumers to come in and take the actual class.
Okay. Are there other comments? I do have a comment. As you know, our secretary was or is still volunteering, Miss Stuckey, but she's had some problems with her sight, but she's tried to hang in there to help us with all of the information that we need to format and send out and everything, and it's been kind of difficult for her. And so if you know anybody that wants to volunteer for some clerical help that they can offer us for free, because we still have no money.
Well, what does the clerical help consist of? Is it like?
It's like typing and like typing our minutes up, covering what goes on at the meetings and things like that.
Okay.
Yeah. It's clerical.
During the meetings, and well, before and after the meetings too.
It's both.
Okay.
So you take notes?
Because we actually meet, the executive part meets quite often, at least once a week, to go over what we need to do. And we don't always have people that can type up everything. Because right now, our main concern, Robin and I and Ms. Stuckey, is to make sure we get our stuff done for the PPR and the SILC. So we don't have a lot of time to do our minutes, notes, and our training suggestions, all of that stuff.
And prepare the agenda for the next quarterly meeting or whenever the agenda.
And we'd like to be more prepared. And then Ms. Stuckey's had a couple of procedures on her eyes, and it's it's a strain on her.
I can help out.
Okay.
I'll be blessed.
Okay.
Because I'll have to record while the meeting is session in order to.
That's fine.
Type the notes.
Do you have a tape recorder?
Yeah. You can provide a tape recorder, or I can just look for one.
Maybe I can provide.
I think
Well,
yes, I
actually-
have one.
Well, actually,
So, can I interject with that?
Yeah.
Edward, so we gotta make sure that's gonna be okay
Yeah,
for you to, if you're gonna volunteer,
yeah,
before you volunteer,
okay,
because
okay,
of your role at the agency. We have to check to see if that's okay.
okay, fair enough.
Yeah, because we can only do volunteers.
Right,
anyway.
and you're technically on staff here at.
Yeah,
you're on
yeah.
So,
staff.
so you have to, I don't think that's,
Oh, yeah. Well, I have to be, right, I have to be responsible for my tour duties and I feel like if I, as long as I am continuing to be on top of my tour duties and I can volunteer sometime, maybe we can have two clerical assistants, so we can split it up, you know?
Well, maybe we can have more than one.
Yeah, maybe
because,
more than one, so then.
You know, because you already volunteered to do copying and things like that, and so did Miss Brittany.
And,
But I understand, we'll ask.
So,
Andy.
yeah, so just
Yeah.
know that we are in need of clerical assistance.
and then, on November, Brittany, Tarver was seeking out to replace our representative for the SRC.
State Rehabilitation
Council.
Yeah, for that, so, the SRC, is looking to backfill, a position where a SILC member can represent the SILC in the SRC. The individual has to be an appointed SILC member. And it's a great way to continue to serve. They actually have a lot of focus groups in the SRC. So if there's something specific that you are interested in, most likely there can be a specific focus group that you would be interested in. But if anyone is interested in that as a SILC member, just let me know and I can tell you a little bit more about it. Because you're already a SILC member, you don't have to go through the lengthy appointment process. So it won't be, it should be a quick process if you're interested. And they meet once every other month, just like the SILC does. So just think about your availability to commit to that before you just apply. So,
Yeah, because you have to take it seriously.
And Brittany, they have their bi-monthly meetings that are scheduled and registered, but committing to the SRC, they also meet monthly for the individual committees. There's about 4 committees within the SRC, and they do try to meet once to twice in between the bi-monthly meetings. So just wanted to put
And that's volunteer too.
And the committees, they meet twice a month, the focus committee.
The individual committees meet at least 1 to 2 times in between the bi-monthly meetings. So there are about 4 committees. There's like a policy committee, a media committee, a consumer committee, and there's one more. I'm falling short of my mind, but there are 4 committees. And they meet 1 to 2 times.
Employment initiative.
Is it employment initiative, Brittany?
I'm on the nomination committee.
That's the other one, the nomination committee, the media, the policy, and I think it's consumer.
And for further information, that's actually mandated under the Rehabilitation Act that we work. They're a partner group to us. The State Rehab Council and the Statewide Independent Living Council are partners under the DSC. We have the same DSC, Department on Disability Services. So, and it's a lot of work too. So please be serious if you want to volunteer. Because you need to bring reports back to this committee.
There was one old business item that we didn't mention was about the fundraiser to help us to be able to cover the cost of becoming a 501c. We was gonna have a yard sale and it was to be hosted at the sales, main office on 12th Street. And we said due to what had happened, we could not have it in October. So we said when the weather got warmer, we would discuss it and see what dates they have available at the SIL to be able to hold it on a Saturday in the, I guess the parking lot area. Is that where it's supposed to be?
Yeah, but right now, we have a lot on our plate, so.
I know, but for warmer weather for the future.
Yeah, so I moved that we revisit this fundraiser probably back. The idea for the fundraiser, probably by the end of April, because by then, the other things that we have, it won't be so many things that we'll be working on. Because as I say, we only have 10 voting members. You don't want to wear those 10 out, so the next meeting we have 8 and 6. So, but we keep that in mind. If anybody has any ideas about that or whatever, just see Robin. So are there any other announcements? Anything anybody want to say?
I don't know if this is a big group announcement, but I do know that you guys have discussed things like office space. I don't know if this eliminates the need for office space, but Darnice, we did send you an email to let you know that we were able to secure a desk here at DDS for you.
Okay.
On the first floor down there.
Oh, okay.
Wait, so Charlize, in that section?
Yes. Bill is out of the office today. I was up here kind of running around during the meeting trying to figure out which exact desk it is. So I'm not sure how long you're here today for, Darnice. If I can,
3.
You leave at 3?
Yeah, I'll be here till 3.
Okay, well, hopefully I'll have that information for you
Now
before you
I'll
leave.
be in this room until somebody kicks me out.
I think you're safe back there.
Yeah.
So I will try to see if I can get that information before you leave today. If not, I'll make sure I relay the information to Damon, and we'll for sure be able to point that desk out to you. You won't have like an access card, so you would need to still check in the lobby and let someone know so they can escort you back there. But it would be your designated working area.
Oh, okay.
Thank
you, Shirley.
Ms. Donnie, you identify what days you will be in
I
here?
know Dr. Austin was asking that before she left.
Well, I haven't identified. I would talk to you.
All right.
We'll decide.
Okay.
Cause I probably gonna let you in and out.
To make sure we have someone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Madam Chair.
Okay, if there's no other questions or comments, I call to adjourn the January 15th, 2025 quarterly meeting for the DC SILC.
Second.
It's the 2026.
2026, I'm sorry, what did I say, Kathy?
25, but that's okay. You know, it takes a minute before we all get together on what year it is.
So, what day is the next quarterly meeting?
Okay.
March.
March the 19th.
March 19th, I believe is March 19th. Oh, there was one thing I wanted to ask you, Kathy. I had suggested to Miss Lynn Brown to contact you because she does not have Wi-Fi at home in her own unit. If she could meet with you at the library when we have these meetings.
Well, she can, but on Wednesday she's at dialysis. And that's one of the big reasons why she's not attending some of the meetings because they fall on the days that she's at dialysis.
Yeah, but for the quarterly meetings, we always have.
Whatever one she can make it, yeah, that's not a problem. If I'm at the library that particular day. Because if we have it on Thursdays, Tuesdays, or Thursdays, I'm at the library. But if it's any other day, then she can definitely come to the library on Tuesdays and Thursdays if we have it on those days.
Okay, I'll get back to her today.
All right.
Meeting adjourned.
The meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Have a blessed
Everybody have a
day.
good rest of their day.
Have a good
Bye.